Hello, my lovies. This is Christina on Universal Spirit Podcast with Karma's Eyes Psychic LLC. I am fresh out of the shower and very aware that I am 2 weeks behind on my astrology podcast. Just wanted to say sorry about that because it's been a rough 2 weeks when it comes to getting things in order. And let's face it, we are in a triple retrograde cycle right now. We've got Pluto retrograde, we've got Saturn retrograde, and as of yesterday, June 28th, Neptune went retrograde. So we've got Saturn, Aquarius, Pisces, and Scorpio just dancing around all over the place in a lot of chaos, dropping things, feeling clumsy, telling secrets, getting weepy, wanting to exert our dominance, and then, maybe backing down, giving everything a second thought, refreshing, rethinking, revisiting things, and definitely change of plans. For sure. There has been a lot of change in plans, especially during the Mercury retrograde time. If any plans have been made, these planets, this triple assault here has definitely changed almost all of your plans. Now, what we're going to get into today is Chinese astrology. This is my favorite aspect of astrology. I love how Chinese astrology is broken down. I love the story. I love the concept. I really just love everything about it, considering it brings animals into it as well as the cosmos into it, and it gives a double feature, or basically a double meaning on how you look at astrology. It's really an East meets West type of thinking, which I think is very advanced as to when this was developed thousands of years ago. So I definitely want to share with you not only my knowledge, but my fascination and my love for Chinese astrology, because I find it to be not only exceptionally accurate, but it is in how, in fact, I navigate through my workplace and career, navigate through dating, navigate with, my family, interactions with basically everyone. If I can get their birth date and their birth year, and I just look it up on Chinese astrology, and then I get a really good breakdown as to who this person is, who they're meant to be, and whether or not they are compatible with me, right? Either romantically, financially, or socially. However, Chinese astrology is really accurate. Just for shits and giggles, I just happened to be born in 1988, which was the beginning of 1988 in January, which was the year of the Fire Bunny. Okay, I like to tell everybody that and then make that silly little joke, and that's why I live in Freehold Borough, because bunnies live in burrows. Haha, maybe somebody will laugh somewhere. Just like Western astrology, how we're broken down into 12 houses of planets and cosmos, the Chinese astrology breaks it down into every single element, fire, water, earth, metal, and wood. They have 5 elements when it comes to the astrology wheel. Yes, there are 12 planets. There are also 12 animals, and they each have a meaning. So let me get a little bit into this backstory. So please like, share, follow, and subscribe, and get some more people on my podcast and let them listen to this. This is really valuable information. I mean, you can always read about it, but some people just like to listen about it too. A while back, I did in fact put a video up on my YouTube page of Karma's Eyes Psychic LLC about Chinese astrology, and I do in fact give the backstory. So I will continue to do that here and just break it down almost the same way as well. And get a little bit more details and see whether or not your parents, your friends, or even your romantic partner is really compatible with you, and why. Alright, so the legend of the 12 animals has to do with Buddha. Buddha chose these animals. When Buddha was near death, he invited all the animals to come and visit him. However, only 12 showed up. That sounds very dark, but it was the rat, the ox, the tiger, the rabbit, the dragon, the snake, the horse, the goat, the monkey, the rooster, the dog, and the pig. And just for visiting him, he honored each one by using them to represent the 12 phases of the zodiac. This is interesting here because this has a dual meaning. So this is basically, obviously, everyone here on Earth seems to have a deserving of being here in a very good way. We have a karmatic life to play out. If we're here, that means we were one of those 12 animals. Obviously, because there's no room left for whoever did not show up. Yes, the other animals exist in nature, sure, but these are the 12 sacred animals, and only your astrology could be only these 12. So just think of as your life as being here as a very positive karmatic event. It's like, wow, I get to reincarnate it because I was born the year of the dog, and I exist, and it's a good thing because Buddha shined his light of blessings on me. All right, my lovies, let's jump into it. Let's start with the first animal, which is the dog. So if you were born between 1910, 1922, 1934, 1946, 1958, 1970, 1982, 1994, or 2006, they or you are an honest, dependable, diligent, perceptive, caring, moody, fun-loving, and adventurous. Okay, you are truthful and live your own life, uncompromising code of ethics. You would be equivalent to the Western sign of Libra, being balanced and fair and just. Some famous people born during the year of the dog were people like Michael Jackson, Prince, Elvis Presley, Sally Field, and David Bowie. Next, we come up upon the pig. If you were born or someone was born in 1911, 1923, 1935, 1947, 1959, 1971, 1983, 1995, or 2007. So, lovies, my oldest child happens to be born the year of the pig. He is the absolute sweetest. So you might find these characteristics to be completely accurate. So, pig or boar people seem to be or are sincere, honest, trusting, sociable, hardworking, and slightly stubborn. You are known to keep a very untidy home or living space. Like the finer things in life, but also have a temper. You are the Western sign equivalent of a Scorpio. Passionate, rage, aggression, natural instincts, and suspicion. Famous pigs would be Steven Spielberg, Lucille Ball, Julie Andrews, and Alfred Hitchcock. Very endearing indeed. Next, we're coming up on people who were born in the year of the rat, which is 1912, 1924, 1936, 1948, 1960, 1972, 1984, 1996, and 2008. You guys are charming, sociable, resourceful, quick-witted, ambitious, crafty, and self-serving. If there really isn't anything in it for you, you're not really that interested, and that's not a bad thing. You are very resourceful, so you want to know that what you are doing is going to serve both people, which is not wrong. You are just wired differently than mainstream society. You are the equivalent Western sign of a Sagittarius. Very adventurous, okay? Very free-spirited. You just love so much but do not want to be tied down. Famous rat people would be Andrew Lloyd Webber, Donna Summer, Olivia Newton-John, Hugh Grant, and Louis Armstrong. Next, we are coming up on the ox. 1913, 1925, 1937, 1949, 1961, 1973, 1985, 1997, and 2009. You guys are resolute, strong-willed, ambitious, careful, patient, but worst of all, absolutely, positively, absolutely stubborn. I find the ox very interesting because the ox is very hardworking, but at the same time, will not and refuse to pay for things such as water. They don't believe that bottled water should be for sale. They believe since it is natural that it should be free. I find that so interesting because every single ox person I've ever come in contact with has had that same idea. They don't even believe in selling vegetables because vegetables grow out of the ground. We can grow our own. They had the same beliefs when it comes to weed because you can grow weed in your home. I'm not a weed user. I'm just trying to explain. Extremely conservative in a lot of ways. So you are the Western equivalent of a Capricorn. Organized, stable, possibly a little greedy too. Some famous people born the year of the ox such as Bruce Springsteen, Paul Newman, Jack Nicholson, Dustin Hoffman, my favorite Anthony Hopkins, and best of all, Charlie Chaplin. Now let's get to the nitty-gritty, the tiger. We are currently in 2022 in the year of the tiger. Now let me tell you something about the tiger. You are either going to show the tiger the way or you are in the way, my lovies. Never get in a tiger's way, especially when they have their eyes or goals set on something. Do not get in a tiger's way. You will most likely not going to win. People born the year of the tiger were born in 1914, 1926, 1938, 1950, 1962, 1974, 1986, 1998, and 2010. Tigers are assertive, adventurous, independent, inventive, generous, restless, but their worst one is impulsive. It's really hard for a tiger to be tied down to a routine or more so a diet. So be very patient with a tiger when it comes to a diet. Mind you, in nature, a tiger is a meat eater and a hunter. And hunting happens when they are hungry. There's no time set. A tiger can hunt in the middle of the night if they are hungry. With this impulsive nature, you are the Western sign equivalent of the Aquarius. Understanding, especially inventive, yes, impulsive, wanting to go deeper and wanting to know more. Some famous people born the year of the tiger are Stevie Wonder, Lionel Richie, Dylan Thomas, Leonardo DiCaprio himself, Tom Cruise, Agatha Christie, and Hugh Hefner. That's a nice and mighty fine list. Now we're moving on to the bunny. People born the year of the bunny will be 1915, 1927, 1939, 1951, 1963, 1975, 1987, 1999, and 2011. You are sociable, discreet, refined, shrewd, perceptive, sensitive, but worst off, aloof. I find this to be very true about myself too. Like, as sociable as we can be, let's just be truthful. Deep down, all bunnies, all people born the year of the bunny, let's face it, we're all snobs. We could be poor and still be snobs. Just a secret, guys. Being so sensitive, refined, snotty, and discreet, we are the Western equivalent sign of the Pisces. Intuitive, very psychic, knowing and learning how to read the room, really good with other people's emotions, how to navigate them, and also how to heal them. Famous rabbit people include Michael Keaton, George Orwell, Whitney Houston, Arthur Miller, Sting, Ingrid Bergman, and Harry Belafonte. All right, my lovies, we're almost done here, all right? Next, we're moving on to people who were born the year of the dragon. Dragon people were born in 1916, 1928, 1940, 1952, 1964, 1976, 1988, 2000, and 2012. My daughter, my second child, happens to be a dragon. And let me tell you, that fire blows and it blows at you. Try to disrupt the dragon, you're gonna get burned. Dragon people are active, determined, confident, enterprise, versatile, scrupulous, and extremely lucky. don't really have a negative thing to say about the dragon, but let me tell you one thing. Their determination will cause them to be slightly snotty, just like the bunny, and very uninterested and most likely aloof when you do not try to reach goals yourself. They do not like to be involved if you are not trying to reach higher goals. Excuses really are not a thing with dragons. And then at the same time, dragons have a very wild nature at the same time. Like, they will party really hard, but they will show up first thing in the morning to their class or job. They really know how to balance things, and they really go after the things that they want, and they do not compromise very much. This making them the Western sign equivalent of an Aries, fiery, passionate, and even competitive. They are really good with competition, and they do not shy away from competition. They feel like they can step up to the plate just like everybody else. Famous dragon people are Al Pacino, Shirley Temple, Michael Douglas, Tom Jones, Neil Diamond, Martin Sheen, and John Lennon. That's a very interesting list. All right, let's go. We're moving on to the snake. Not as scary as it sounds, my lovies. So if you were born the year of the snake, you were born in 1917, 1929, 1941, 1953, 1965, that's my mom, 1977, 1989, that's my brother, 2001, and 2013. Snakes are thoughtful, wise, shrewd, intuitive, guarded, independent, and worst of all, lazy. This is true. Do not get me canceled, but it's true. You're wired into this. However, not necessarily bad. It just means that your home life is usually where you exalt the most laziness. You probably don't have a kept home. My mother and my brother happen to be both snakes, born in different elements, which we will get to after this. Another trait of the snake, besides thoughtful, you become very insecure, comparing yourself to other people's accomplishments, and your insecurity oftentimes filters out to other people to make them feel insecure. So it isn't something you do purposefully, but it is something that you can't help but do sometimes. You are considered the Western equivalent of a Taurus. Not lazy, but really slow moving, making sure things are clear, making sure things are safe when everybody else has already, gotten in the boat, still on shore, trying to make sure things are right. Famous snakes happen to be Oprah Winfrey, Brad Pitt, Brooke Shields, Bob Dylan, Carole King, Kim Basinger, and Virginia Woolf. That's a really nice list, actually. Given all this information, I wonder if anybody's taking notes and writing this down and seeing whether or not your relationships with some of the people that you have are starting to make sense now. Starting to see why you are or are not compatible. Some of us have one of those love and romantic relationships where you just absolutely, positively addicted to them. They just love you, and the energy just flows, and it's just so good, and you feel like it's too good to be true. But this is, another way to find very good compatibility. And at the same time, you wonder why you're butting heads with some people and having just absolutely, positively nasty interactions, and just can never find peace with each other, because it's possible that these two, animals, or these two elements, or these two energies just do not belong in the same space. Now we're coming up on the year of the horse. This happens to be my younger son. This is his sign, the horse. So you were born in 1918 or 1930, 1942, 1954, 1966, 1978, 1990, 2002, or 2014. You are active, alert, outgoing, adventurous, eloquent, free-spirited, and that is for sure. Independent, and the worst one, quick short-tempered. Controlling your temper seems to be a very big challenge your entire life. So if you were born the year of the horse, you were just wired that way. But I listed all the wonderful things about you. When I think of the horse people that I've met, not counting my son, adults, it's like you have valor. Right? It's like you would be someone's hero or rescuer. You're not afraid to step in and be the problem solver. I think that's the best part of the people born the year of the horse. You are the Western equivalent sign of Gemini. You want to know things. You want to know things in detail. You want to get the whole story, the right story, the truth, and you want to be able to solve a problem. You want to move forward from it. And you also not only want to learn from it, you want to better a situation. You want to know things and you want to go beyond what you can touch. You're very, spiritually inclined. So some famous horse people would be Paul McCartney, Barbra Streisand, Janet Jackson, John Travolta, wow, Kevin Costner, Harrison Ford, and Jimi Hendrix. Woo-wee! That's a nice one. So, my lovies, now you know. All right, moving on to the GOAT. GOAT, which is the greatest of all times. The GOAT. By the way, just as a spoiler alert before we get to the end of the GOAT, Heath Ledger was a GOAT, and yes, he was in fact the greatest of all times. Best Joker ever in history. Just thought I'd throw that out there on my podcast because it's my podcast and I can say whatever I want. People born the year in the GOAT were born in 1919, 1931, 1943, 1955, 1967, 1979, 1991, 2003, and 2015. You guys are creative, you're artistic, you're considerate, you're generous, you're easygoing, you're sensitive, but your worst trait of all, you are a worrier. You worry about one little thing because you do understand how one little thing can spiral and domino things into effect. You understand that one event definitely creates another and another and another, and you want to make sure that they are as positive as possible because you know your awareness, it will somehow, some way affect you. This makes you the Western equivalent sign of Cancer, loving, nurturing, and of course, a very, very big rebel. It's like you did all the love and caring, but it's time for you to be free at some point. You will always come back to your obligations and you will always honor your obligations. But you can be very weepy and disappointed on realizing how messed up this world really is. It really does, in fact, get to you. So, other famous GOATs, or greatest of all times, would be John Wayne, Bruce Willis, Mel Gibson, Julio Iglesias, Mick Jagger, So Laurence Olivier, and John Denver. That's a pretty nice list, too. All right, my lovies, we got 2 more to go, so let's roll them out. Next, we got the year of the monkey, which is 1920, 1932, 1944, 1956, 1968, 1980, 1992, 2004, and 2016. You guys are resourceful, charming, persuasive, amusing, reliable, at the same time, slightly shady and cunning. Little bit shady. It's like you just don't trust anyone and you want to gut someone before they gut you. And that is totally not a bad thing. Like if you think of the animal, the monkey, real quickly, that doesn't sound like a bad thing because monkeys are traveling animals. So there has to be a survival instinct, knowing and seeing so many different animals in obviously this jungle of a world. You have to have an instinct where it's, I can get you before you get me. You are considered to be the Western equivalent sign of Leo, leaders, in charge, passionate, motivated, and slightly narcissistic, okay? Just a little bit, not entirely, just a little bit. Just needing everyone to worship you and worship everything that you do. No problem at all. Don't come for me later on your podcast, okay? So with that, here's a list of famous monkey people. Happens to be Diana Ross, Tom Selleck, Tom Hanks. I bet you guys didn't know that. Joan Crawford, Elizabeth Taylor, and Debbie Reynolds. I actually like that list. I definitely love that one. That's a lovely one. And last but not least, my lovey w's, we've got coming up on the year of the rooster. Roosters are meticulous, efficient, orderly, consensual, intelligent, honorable, and notoriously candid. Like, you guys don't pull any punches. You just tell people straight up how you feel, what you think. You don't give any regards to people's feelings. Like, it comes out way too frankly. If you were born the year of the rooster, the years were 1921, 1933, 1945, 1957, 1969, 1981, 1993, 2005, and 2017. I'm almost positive that every rooster on this planet folds their clothes right after they get out of the laundry, and you meticulously put them away, know exactly where it is, do it in color order, alphabetical order. Like, you guys have homes that are just all alphabetized and super clean, which is not a bad thing, but just a little serial killer scary. That's all I'm saying. You are in fact the Western equivalent sign of the Virgo, which is not far from the truth at all. Okay, definitely being extremely thorough, and that's literally all I can say. Famous roosters include Bette Midler, Willie Nelson, Dolly Parton, Eric Clapton, Goldie Hawn, Errol Flynn, Michael Caine, and James Mason. And that wraps up all of the 12 zodiac animals in the Chinese astrology. I will have a part 2 explaining the elements. The elements include water, fire, earth, wood, and metal. Elements are very important to Chinese astrology, and I will explain that, like I said, in my next part 2 podcast. It was very, very fun and very wonderful speaking with you, my lovey-doveys. So please like, share, follow, and subscribe for Karma's Eye Psychic LLC here on Universal Spirit Podcast. I will be back next time. Catch our next episode. See you later, lovies.